Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will talk with you about sex. Do you have sex? Do you have enough sex in your life? If not so, I have some erotic book for you, where probably you can find some ideas. It's book about sex, serial killers, mafia, and some different psychology problem what is connected to their parents, and a lot of syrup. And this book is Lights Out by Navessa Allen. So here it is, erotic book with plot around sex. And I would say right away that it was very disappointed book for me, because I'm okay reading about erotic books. First, overall, what I want to say is that in this book you will find a lot of cliché. He is powerful hacker who's dangerous and like everything to control. He's extremely hot, and she's a nurse who is help people and try to be correct and do everything right. And that seems incredible story, right? It's like what exactly is supposed to be on the erotic book. But after some time, we of course see that this bad guy has a huge heart. And in general, he is like Puffy Bear, I would say. And she is in some way spoiled girl, both sporty and hot. Otherwise, how you can do all this sex what they're doing there, right? I would say that personally me, if I would start already read erotic books, so for me, it's supposed to be two ways. First way, it's like when they know each other and everything sweet, good, romantic, and blah 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 like this. Second way is like with dangerous, with dark, with unpredictable, and your blood became cold and hot in the same time. With close to the rape, to the crime, right? Something like very dark. And that's what I expected from this book. Second way, when it's dangerous, when it's thrilled, when it's dark, when you have no idea what's supposed to happen next. But I was so disappointed it wasn't first way, where it's like light, romantic, and everything nice and cute, and it wasn't second way, where it's dangerous, thrilled, and a lot of crimes, right? It was something on the between. And this I didn't like a lot. Seems that whole book after couldn't decide, or if she wants to see main character dangerous and bad guy, or she wants to see main character cute and good boy. It actually also was plenty of aggressive scene. What is doesn't need to be even aggressive. It seems that Arthur tried to make it aggressive on purpose, but it wasn't even fit there. So it seems that Arthur has bipolar, and she is like from the zero moved to the thriller, and from the thriller to the syrup. So it was like ping pong, right? And in the moments where books became too sweet, Arthur decided to put everything what she knows about criminal worlds. Or it could be mafia, because she heard somewhere that it exists, right? Or it could be serial killers, what she knows exist also, yeah? Or if it's not mafia and no serial killers, then let's do psychology problem. Plenty psychology problem what they have because of their parents or of their family. So I was confused because Arthur put so much in this book that I would say that like half of them is even not necessary to be there. So it's about plot, right? Plot was pretty poor in this book. What about sex? It's not good news too, because sex in this book is very basic, right? It's almost whole book is about sex, right? And usually how it's works, it's supposed to be plenty of sex here, but it's supposed to be plot. It's interesting enough that they would be communicate with each other, right? That they would be at each other, and plot and sex they're supposed to add to each other. But it's not happened. About sex, it's everything basic, it's very poor, you wouldn't find anything new, and plus it's a lot of cliche, like always we have that she almost in every page is soft, and has a huge big dick, what is like couldn't be easy to come inside of her, right? It's like how it's in the many porno books and erotic books and movies. So what I would say that this book is close to the fantasy world, not so realistic to our real world, right? And if it's erotic books, I usually prefer to read that it would be maximum realistic, not like here. Here it seems like fairy tales when everybody happy about their sex, everything is going correct, and she all the time wet, and he all the time wants her. It seems like rabbits. Rabbits or teenagers. And I will tell you right away why I put like 2. Because its genre, it's erotic book, and what it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be sex almost in every page, right? And it is there almost in every page. So this already is something complete in this book, at least one from the all. So that's already something. And now we will talk short what happened in this book. So what we have, it's Ellie, and she is nurse, and she is working in the emergency room. And she is like to scroll her phone, and she likes account of faceless man. It's a man who is with mask and fake blood on his body and with a knife, and she pretty often masturbate for him. Josh is hacker, and he is son of serial killer. He is avoid people because his face is similar to the face of his father, and people could easily recognize him. So he is living night life. Ellie has a man, his name is Tyler, and they sometimes meet with each other only for sex and nothing more. Tyler is roommate and best friend of Josh, and also he sometimes meets with Ellie only for sex. And one time Ellie was sent some pictures of the faceless man to the Tyler, and suggests that he can wear a mask and they can play together. Tyler wasn't impressed with this idea, and in general he understood that he wants to stop seeing Ellie anymore. And he showed this message to the Josh, and Josh was already obsessed of the Ellie. So his obsession became even further. He put some camera in her house and also make some videos to his account in her bedroom. They start chatting with each other, Ellie trying to understand who he is and is he dangerous or not, what is the most important. Josh tried to convince her that everything would be safe. And they start to play with each other. They start to chatting to each other, Ellie trying to understand who he is and dangerous he is or not. Also, she is pretty fast find out all his camera and turn off of them. And Josh, he is trying to confess her that everything okay and he is kind of safety man. And also he has kind of paranoia about her safety, so he is trying to control her and look at all cameras what he could find in the hospital or somewhere else where she will go in, that she would be safety, because he is very start to obsess with her, and the same how is she. So they start to sleep with each other and they have feelings to each other and everything seems good and already romantic and nice. Until when in the hospital Ellie meet with rich man whose name is Bradley Bloom, and he is rapist and also serial killer, and Bradley decided that next victim it would be Ellie. So he's trying sneaky come to her house, but on the time Josh and she they were at the house and caught him, and Josh accidentally killed him. The next step, what to do with the corpse, and Ellie admits that she has uncle who is in the mafia and many cousins who also in the mafia. So they come to her uncle, whose name is Nico. Nico said that he will help them, but also was the question what to do with Freddy's computer, because probably in that computer is some mention of the Ellie, and Josh, because he's a hacker, he decided to come to the Bradley's house to look at the computer and any information about Amy. While Josh was in the house of Bradley, it was also show up his parents who had no idea what is his son is doing, but also Josh was broke the window that police could show up and come to the house, and they find two corpses in the basement where it was Bradley lived. So it seems that Nico and his team and Josh, they are both successful, and police even don't know that Bradley is died already, and they try to find him, and they know that he crossed the border with Canada. And in the same time, Nico was asked Ellie for the payment for his job. It's monthly. They meet together in the dinner, like family dinner kind of. Ellie find out about past of the Josh, and she was totally okay with this. And Josh was find out about past of the Ellie and about her family a little bit more, and he was okay with this too. And in the some more months we see that they're still together, and they have two cats, because they had before one cat and now they have two cats, and they're happy with each other. An incredible sex, right? And after some time Josh proposed Ellie. Ellie was incredibly happy and agree, and that's how it's end of this story. How we see plot is pretty poor because mostly it's about sex. About this book, how I said before, I'm very disappointed. It wasn't nothing new. Everything was boring, and in general, I was tired of the sex. It was like in almost every page, I want so much him, I want so much her. I can't live without him, I can't live without her. I wouldn't hurt you, I wouldn't hurt you too. And it's so much syrup. When I was thought that it would be something like woo. Something dangerous, something criminal, like much more sharp everything. Like, but what we have is just syrup. Actually, this moment where they're like, I kill for him, no, I killed for you, like, and they're all the time aggressive. I have no idea why they're so much aggressive all the time and try to fight with everybody. Like, why they can't use their words? It seems that in the book, it's not even about communication, not about dogs. Right, erotic book, what I expect. but still, it's everything about actions, about moves. Even if you have some problems with your relatives or with some other people, no, you wouldn't talk with them. You would be just threatened. It's many unnecessary threats there, and try to fight with them for what? It seems that I was read a book not about other people who is successful in their job, but more I was read about teenagers. A couple of rabbits. I was so tired of Josh. Josh, who is supposed to be a dream man, right? This hot man, when you read a book and you just start to dream about him in every your fantasy, but not this. It's pretty far from the dream about him in every fantasy, because he almost in every page is like, oh, I so much want Ellie, or I afraid that I would be the same how my father. It's so much talks about his father, about his psychology problem, about how he is unconfident. Man can be hot when he is unconfident. And he is like little boy who is all the time crying and all the time unconfident, and he wants to be others. He wants to be responsible of other people, but in the same time he has so many pity about himself, about his life, how poor boy he is, that you even don't feel any passion, any love about him. You don't want him. You want just hurt him and say that everything would be alright. I don't understand so much these authors who is like make men so pity how it can be about sex. Like, man's supposed to be strong, he's supposed to be confident, he's supposed to knows what he wants. Not like here, like, oh, I would be dangerous, it would be so crazy sex with me, and in the same time, are you okay? Is it not wrong for you? Are you sure that you're okay with this? How it can be erotic, right? Like, it's totally different how it's supposed to be erotic. Really, I thought that I read it in some way, it's psychology book, it's not erotic book. Like, for what I need all their problems, for what I need all their psychology problems. He has with father, she has with her mother. And also it was about gaslighting, because I don't remember, she was asked him something and he just like, oh no, I couldn't say, I can't lie to her because it would become like gaslighting, and I can't gaslighting her. But that you watch in her, like that you watch her in every camera in the room or hospital, and she have no idea about this, that's fine. And he can find some excuses for this, like, and I think like if to think this way, you can actually find excuses for gaslighting, for other stuff. So that's like, again, some bipolar, or you good or you bad, just decide. And if you bad, so you can watch it here, you can like give her some pain, right? You can gaslight her because you're a bad guy. Not like how it's like usually doing. It's like bad guy, but inside it's a puppy. Because all book what I was reading, I was feeling that he is like puppy in the body of the bad guy, and that was not so harmony. Like, at least for me, it wasn't feels harmony, and I all the time was struggling with this view. Again, how I said before, I prefer when erotic books is realistic, because even if it's realistic, I believe that you can write it spicy and interesting and with all passion what is supposed to be there, right? It can be like really good book, but here is hell cliche. He has too big, it's hard to put this too big dick inside of her. She all the time wet, and even when she has a hard shift in her job where it was 40 hours, she was trying to cure other people, and she was sleep only 1-2 hours, and all the time she was on her foot, right? She was all the time walking, running, doing something, and she was extremely exhausted. She wants sleep. And what we see, she see him, and she right away has a lot of energy, and she already so much want him. That's what is make your relationship is bad, because it's never would be in your relationship, it's never would be in your real life, and it's not what help you to have some fantasies, some ideas to your sexual life. It's what is make it worse, because 40 hours you try to help people and you are dying, and you see man and you just like, oh my gosh, I so much want him. I was so much laughing about a moment when Josh had so many fantasies about him and Ellie and knife, how he will use this knife to the Ellie, how they would do everything. And eventually, when it was knife close to him with Ellie was used knife. He was kind of scary and just like, oh no, I'm afraid of this knife and blah, blah, blah. And that's another way, right? Because for me, it's kind of weak person, because if you are thinking to use knife against of other person, so you need to be prepared that this knife would turn to you. And it was said to read how weak person he is and how it can be sexy. I have no idea what is writer try to say about this scene. I don't know. Also, it was more disgusting than hot and sex. Okay, this book is also supposed to be humor, right? So I was expecting it would be humor and maybe I would laugh somewhere there, but I was expecting it would be a little bit different kind of humor, because like I said before, especially when I was seeing this cover, I was thought that it would be some dark humor, how I like, but was improved my verse, that it's more domestic romance. It's not real romance. Now I asked for dark and he was delivering. I should have known it would come at a cost. I dropped my eyes to the knife handle sticking out of my bed. My beautiful bed that I paid so much money for. Your new one gets here tomorrow, Josh said. Right? It's like what you expect in the dark erotic book, that it would be so talks about new mattress. Okay, that's at least realistic, right? At least we know how much cost as new mattress. So that's at least realistic, at least something quite realistic, right? And what was next in the same page? He called my cat his son. He bought me a bed for both of us. He came to me, held me while I cried. I couldn't remember the last time anyone had been there for me like he was. He's such a perfect man. And for me, it was shame to read this, because it seems that for us women, it's enough just that some men would call a cat son, bought a mattress, and just like held you when you cry. I would say that it's not so much you ask from your boyfriend, like at all, not so much. I mean, it's supposed to be like, I think, more, much more than it is about after, right? That she is thinking about us women so low. Another what it was for me also strange, that they killed person, and for them it was okay. Especially for her it was fine, And again, it's like this moment when after was right, killed like correct person who is help people, and afterwards killed person. That's fine. He was a bad guy anyway, so that's fine. We do a good job to kill him. And okay, yeah, she is a nurse. She deals with many people who is in the really, really bad condition, and she's seen how people dying. But again, to kill when you kill and when you try to help human and you couldn't, it's totally different stuff. And Josh, he is feel extremely bad, but still he so much want this area. He feel bad, he throw up, but he all the time thinking about Ellie and how he wants to have sex with her again and again and again and again, because they don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't do anything, they're just thinking about sex, and that's it. So yeah, it's like this criminal world. I don't understand why after put this all sense and all these topics, because it wasn't connect with each other. It was more separate. It was more separate plot and sex from each other. So it wasn't harmony at all, and it's what is more main characters too aggressive or too weak. It's not that plot tried to show the better sides and stronger sides of the characters. No, it seems that plot what she was wrote, it's even make more disgusting feeling to main characters. I would say like this. I mean, I don't know. I was very disappointed about this. And conclusion of this not beautiful book. I even would rate it 1 out of the 5, but it's erotic genre, and here's like a lot of sex, so it's supposed to be like at least more than 1, right? So let's make 2 out of the 5. But still, I wouldn't recommend you read this book only if you want, like really want to read about sex, only about sex, then yes. Like that's a good book. If you have mood for this, so welcome, buy this book. But if you want new ideas, something thrilled, something dark, something what is make your blood cold and hot at the same time, this book is not for you. It would be very disappointed. Many stuff here is unlogic. Many stuff here was poor, and seems after what just like first write this book just like to write something. And I have no idea why it's so trendy book, because it was one of the disappointed book for me, and it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to disappoint me by book. So yeah, and especially as I don't understand when I was seeing this cover, because I'm this person who buying book by cover, and I was like this cover a lot, and I was bought it, and I thought, okay, it would be like something wow, because I like everything dark and aggressive and crime and everything like this. But when I was reading this book, I was all the time thinking why it's not some puffy bear or not some puppy. It would be like much more harmonical, and you would at least understand and would be like different criticize this book than what is in this cover. So it's supposed to be puppy there, like puffy bear, and then it would be fine. It would be no question to this book at all. So yeah, that's my opinion about this book, and thank you that you watched my video. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe and write your comment. What do you think about this book? Maybe you like, and write what you like in this book, and see you on my next video.